And that's where I buried the bodies.
Where'd you bury?
No, let's talk about it after the show.
Okay. Shit. Episode 6, I think.
6?
Episode 6.
I guess so.
With a fond friend of mine. My dear pal.
Oh, shit.
My kosher cousin. I don't even know.
Hebrew National?
Hebrew National. I was going to say halal something, but I don't think that's this. Is halal
that's
kosher?
No, that's like another kind of kosher, I guess you could say.
Guess, you feel me? But yo, my guy, Adam Lando. Love you, brother. How are you, my G?
We did the right hand. That's looks kind of stupid. There we go. I feel like a wimp otherwise.
Nah. Yo, I'm
strong man over here.
You rocking the Sergio? Is that what that is?
Sergio Ticini. Yeah. I got this at the Granville Flea.
Yo, shout out Granville Flea.
Shout out to Cole. I see you. Cole's going to get several shout outs today. And yeah, now we're here.
Hey. We've known each other since elementary school.
Yeah, I actually, you know what? I'm going to start this off with I have a really good fucking story.
All right,
I don't remember a lot about it. It's not like a detailed story. Is that camera on? Okay, good. I think our bases are clear. All right, so I was grade 6. Rico was grade 7. We were at Lord Nelson, rest its soul. They fucking took that down. So Lord Nelson's no longer there. But basically, I can't remember how this started, but we got in a fight, actually. It was one of my first memories of knowing you. I spat on your Tupac shirt.
Yeah.
And Tupac's obviously... Everyone knows Tupac's dead. He is dead.
R.I.P. Tupac.
R.I.P. Tupac. But I guess that was enough to start a fight. So my first memory of you is spitting on your Tupac shirt and then us both going to the principal's office.
Yeah.
And then, East Van just keeps people together. So here we are. We both don't spit on each other, and I haven't seen you in a Tupac shirt since.
That's true.
Yeah.
I got a Looney Tunes shirt on, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty fire.
No, Looney Tunes, Tupac, they're all iconic, but...
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry if I ruined that for you as well. This is kind of also an apology.
You know what's crazy? I didn't even think about this till now.
What's crazy?
Full circle, you made me a Tupac shirt recently. Isn't that crazy?
Whoa. Yeah.
Do you want to tell them what was on my Tupac shirt, or do you want me to say it?
I can't say it on camera, but you can.
Should I say it?
You should say it, I just can't.
I wanted a shirt of Tupac in a yarmulke riding a Yamaha.
Yeah.
And
what did it say? Did it say Jupac on it?
So there'll never be another Jupac.
Yeah. Now I can't go back. Now I can't go back to synagogue. Thanks, Rico.
It was fire, but if people don't know, Adam Lando, he's also Dad's Printing.
Yeah, I'm Adam,
the real dad.
Real dad. Dad's
He's
Printing.
basically you're probably my third dad. I don't know if you're my second dad, but I'd say you're my third dad.
Even the fact that I'm in a conversation is nice. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah, Dad's Printing, and also a co-host of Music in the Kitchen. Jesus Christ. The podcast I have with my friend Dylan, which we record here at the back end recording. The front studios, but it hasn't come out yet. You'll see it soon. Just this is where you can put all the hashtags under the @ signs. You can have a scrolling effect.
Yo, make sure you subscribe to my page. Just click that button right here.
Yeah, this is my plug. All right, I'm plugged out though. Dadsprinting.com.
Yo, dadsprinting.com. No, but anyways, why I say that is when you got a friend like you with the capabilities to just print anything you want. Sometimes we get a little crazy, but I'm gonna just go into a little backstory. So
yeah, for sure.
We we go to elementary school. We stay friends. I'm gonna probably jump around a little bit, but
that's cool.
So whatever, people know me, and I had my clothing brand. You at the time you had a spot on Commercial Drive. You're selling some hats. You're doing your thing.
You just kind of skipped a major part of this though.
What's that?
We were both rappers.
Oh yeah, we're both rappers.
That too.
I don't know how much you wanted me to go into that.
Well, it's if people want to learn more, they can. I mean, it's not hard to find.
No, honestly, you're
E.T. was my name. I went under E.T. and Rico. Went under Dysfunctional. A few names though. I feel like he didn't just have one name. And then he was Money Hungry's finest, and everyone knows Rolling Out of East Van. If you're from East Van, you know it. If you don't, get familiar.
You heard.
But I think more than that, just my best memories of that were just literally just at Clark Park. Park parties, just battle rapping.
Oh,
not even like battle rappers, like really, but just like back and forth shit.
Yeah, just like having fun.
And having the best times.
He threw a pretty infamous park party. Those were pretty lit.
I had a good series of park parties.
But throughout all that, hanging out.
Yeah.
He's got this crazy hustle going on. He's selling jerseys. He's selling hats. Mm-hmm. He's selling some other stuff. I don't know how much detail he wants me to go into that. We can if he wants me to or not.
I mean,
it doesn't matter too much. But anyways, he's hustling. Anyway, he's doing his thing, and eventually he graduates to. We're thinking about, or he's thinking about printing clothes.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking about printing clothes. And it was just kind of happened to be at the same time, and we would just kick it at his shop, and I don't know, man. I learned a lot of game from you. I was thinking about it the other day, how much even though your new spot is like it's times 10 and it's dope. I missed like that spot when you had like the photo roll and like you kick it on the couch, and I'd go get like my little donaire plate and come kick it with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just actually, it's funny you mentioned that because I was just. One of the first I had a company called Hometown Apparel. Sold knockoffs. He's trying to be all nice and shit, but I can be honest
don't know
about
if you want me to say
it's
that.
Okay. I think the legal 5-year thing is probably past and probably good now. But all that being said, I was thinking the other day, like I want to get the same excitement with what I do now that I did when I like started back then. Just because like that shift from like not having something that works to like having something is just it's almost like a high. It's a rush. You know. Yeah, I can hear myself.
Sorry, they'd be doing the IG.
We told the fucking producers no Instagram in here. I don't know who's fucking leaking the shit.
Damn. The fuck? No.
I don't give a fuck. I'll throw it all out the window.
Please don't leave.
Okay, fine.
I paid a lot of money to get this interview.
Okay. Well, the Hebrew Fund of Independence is going to be very happy about your donation, so I'll stay.
Amen, brother.
Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, so, but yeah, we had a shop. I had a shop for a long time and definitely kicked it. You know, I used to sell hats out of the townhouse.
No, I did not. Don't.
Yeah, well, you were there.
I might have bought them, but hey, man, I ain't trying to get included in your racket. Sure. Don't include me in your own. I got my own rackets going on.
Yep.
Anyways.
I don't know how much you want to elaborate on that, but yeah, no, we're both here. We made it. I mean, we're making it. I don't think we've made it entirely because end goals are
but infinite.
Yeah,
I respect about you. You through I like printing, and the reason I like printing it was I had my own clothing brand, and I was just being good. I really just wanted to make my prices cheaper. And I was like, oh, I could do that by printing my own clothes.
Yeah.
But so I was just very small. It was humble beginnings, my apartment, and just like watching how far and I got out of it. It kind of just became
it's a lot of work. It's
people I started having to print for other people, and and just outgrew my space. You know how it goes. But just watching how far you took it.
Yeah, thank you.
And I swear to God, like this guy's got a heat press that's like. The print space of it is bigger than this whole table, bro.
60 inches is the widest one.
It's crazy. And like, what would you print with something like that? Well, not even print. What would you apply a print to with that?
No, I mean, so that's the press you're referring to. It's super interesting content. People really want to know about heat presses. But rotary press is what you call it.
Okay.
And those go about 60 inches wide, the one I have. So that's wide enough for a roll of fabric.
Okay.
So you could put a whole roll of fabric in that from white polyester sublimation, and you could roll it all up with a whole other print. You could make like a roll of duck fabric or
anything you want, just whatever. Tie-dye unicorn zebra print.
That tie-dye unicorn zebra, the newest trend in fashion 2022.
Stupid.
No, honestly, I mean, yeah, it's cool. I mean, I sometimes get like kind of lost in the whole kind of the fun you could have with it because I'm like trying to run a business. But if it was like playtime and like I had no accountability, it would be fun. Like, but just I don't feel like I'm there yet.
Yeah, I mean, I actually just remembered you kind of got into it too because you were making some clothes that were kind of what the fuck.
WTF Wear, yeah.
WTF Wear.
So it wasn't called What the Fuck Wear, so it would show up on Google without it not suggesting the results. Also, just easier to brand, less letters.
Yeah, for sure.
And
that was pretty. You had some crazy stuff, and honestly, those days with you when we were just
2015
messing around, that's how I learned Photoshop. Was just hanging out with you. You were just making these crazy patterns.
Yeah, like I'm really. So that was like actually my first like failure in business, funny enough.
Yeah.
But like obviously, you know, pitching that, I didn't. I've told the story a few times, but pitching that whole business was like going to stores and getting rejected. But they would like see my capabilities, and I remember that the thing I'd always hear was, "We don't really like your designs, but it's pretty cool prints. Can you do our stuff?" And it occurred to me that I wasn't really selling a lot of clothing, so actually, over birthright, which was me going to Israel, like during that time. Right when that was happening, I kind of made the conscious decision that I was going to switch from being a brand to printing. And that's how Dad's Printing started. I started from a pivot, from a failure to when it ended up being a business that I make a good living off of. You know?
Congratulations for 30 under 30. That's an amazing accomplishment.
Yeah, I actually...
Sorry, yeah. Who was that with
again? That's a segue and a half. What?
So who was that? It's like, who presents that again?
BC Business.
BC Business, that's right, sorry.
Yeah, thanks, man. I mean, I think it's definitely worn off a little bit.
Yeah, no, I know, but I still like...
Thank you.
For the people who don't know, I just wanted to like, I want to give you your flowers and your
I appreciate
props,
it.
let them know.
I guess I'm just saying, like...
You're humble.
Yeah, for sure. But I think... No, for a while it went to my head a little bit. But like just that kind of sets in and you realize like... My day is not any different just because someone else respects it a little more. Yeah. I still got to put in the same work. And there's going to be more 30 under 30s this year that are probably going to outwork me if I let up at all. So I can't let up. That's kind of the love-hate relationship with business I have. You know, you gain so much from it. You gain respect if it works out.
Yeah.
Opportunities, you can, you know, buy cool things for whatever that matters. But like, at the end of the day, it's a lot of work.
For sure, for sure.
And there's a lot of people that don't make it work that you'd never hear about.
Didn't you do something with Telus recently, or if I'm not like a grant or something like that? If
Is this the fucking make me blush hour, Rico? What the fuck, man?
Yeah, man. I want people to know, like, yo, yeah, this is big business talk, bro. Like,
okay, I guess this is like laying down that I'm like qualified.
You certified print man.
Certified. Yeah, Telus gave me some money. You got to tell us small business thing.
Dope.
I wrote that shit 2 a.m. stoned. I'll say it. Like, honestly, when you... I'll just be frank about it. Like, when you have one thing like the 30 under 30, you just put that link in anything you apply for. And you kind of have the story told for you.
Yeah.
So it's like, they just look at that. They're like, oh, goddamn, he got 30 under 30? He's at least worth a look. Because I'm sure they had a ton of applicants. But then I remember I got the call one day right after I broke up with my girlfriend, like a few days later. I'm kind of feeling in the dumps, and I got a call from what I assume was just another robocall saying it's a Toronto number.
Okay, I've been hogging this. I apologize.
It's okay. This is tobacco. Tobacco that you breathe in. So sweet. No, in all seriousness, it's marijuana. Yeah. I thought it was a prank call, and then it was like a real thing. They said someone on the phone saying that you've won 10 grand and then they're paying you for your phone for 2 years. Your employees get health care because you applied to some shit 2 a.m. stone in the morning is a little surreal. Like, I don't know.
You get free phone?
Yes. Here.
And your employees get health care?
Yeah. This one's free. Thanks, Telus.
Damn. Why you need 2 phones? What you doing?
I don't need 2 phones, but, you know, if I ever wanted to start a second career, I got the phones for it.
That's cool.
You know what I could do, too? I could...
Sell drugs.
I could sell drugs. Yeah. No, you're right. No, I should sell drugs.
Printed on shirts, right?
No, just drugs.
Oh.
That's another discussion. I'll do some research and get back to you on which drugs I'm going to sell.
Research and development, product testing, A/B testing.
A/B testing.
After the show.
Yeah, after the show. Red pill, blue pill.
Yeah.
All right.
What about like this? It's just kind of, you're gonna just think it's basic because a lot of people don't know. So like,
okay,
when I was into printing, like I always hated it. Like people would come to me and they're always just like, "Can you do this?" And they think there's like a magical machine that like does like whatever. Like
I actually use that explanation.
It's like this
at work
fucking
sometimes.
Magic thing that you push a button and what you want comes out. So. There's like I want to like break down some of the terminologies because I think a lot of people are gonna watch this. Maybe some people like want to start a clothing brand, haven't, don't even know.
Yeah.
So like
that.
As far as I know, in terms of printing, because embroidery, like this is embroidery, stitched on stuff, hats, as people know, that's different, obviously. But there's screen printing.
That actually, I just deal with it. Yeah, okay, that's
A little bit of
that's
that.
some cut and sew too. Actually, there's actually quite a bit of work that went into that.
That's a vintage main. Shout out Thrift Fiends or for our homie
No,
Ethan.
that's like no. So that piece right there, like, so when it was put together, this was knit as one piece. They had to sew the sleeves on here. Like that wasn't just like a shirt they printed on. That was like constructed. It was a pretty intensive. That would take a long time to make now. Actually,
Yeah, it's crazy.
you know, like that's not a simple piece. Yeah, it's
So anyways, but screen printing.
screen printing.
I guess we can just start with that. Like, what's that process kind of include for people who don't know?
This is the first time I've actually talked about the printing process on camera.
Oh, there you go. Keeping it real.
But yeah, no. Screen printing is. I don't even really like. It's the most simple way to make shirts. I mean, most common way. Anytime you see like a few colors on a logo, or one of those machines where guys like lifting up a cardboard or kind of wooden thing and then putting it down and squeegeeing it. That's screen printing. So screen printing is just applying plastisol or water-based inks over a screen to put a design on a shirt, and then curing it with heat.
Correct.
For anyone who didn't know that, that's what screen printing is.
And then what about DTG? What does DTG stand
Oh,
for?
don't let them know about that. Direct to garment is how you print. It's so funny talking about printing. It's basically printing. You can print an image directly onto a shirt now. The technology that's out there. I've got a few of these machines in my shop. We do have some screen printing capabilities, but we have some other shops that we,
So
work out of.
even like, for example, if like someone had like a photorealistic picture of someone, because of like it having shades and so many colors and whatever, wouldn't make sense to screen print it because you're screen printing, you're limited to colors, you pay per color, etc.
Typically what I always tell a customer is basically. Well, what I'd explain to a salesperson, because actually with customers, we try to really break stuff down very simply.
Yeah.
I try not to even quote each component separately, because I don't want them seeing my print cost and my shirt cost and then being like, oh, I can get the shirt for this much or I can get the print for this much. I just include it all together.
Yeah.
If they want that, I'll give it to them. But there's a difference. It's not lying to not put everything out there right away. It's just knowing what to put out there. It's common sense. But like, what I would tell a customer is because you have to set up screens for screen printing, is if you have too many colors, like 7 colors or something in 5 shirts, we charge $20 a screen setup. You'll be paying $140 before the printing even starts.
Yeah.
So it's just, you have this machine that, while it costs more per print, you can just put the shirt in, put a file on the computer, and you know how the ink's going to work. It just fucking prints.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty cool, but it's a lot slower and more expensive in the ink. But it is a cool process. And there's not a ton of places actually in BC that do it. Like, there are some, but like, I wouldn't want to just be a screen printer because there's so many.
Yeah, no, of course, it's a little bit saturated, and then even
Not a little bit.
Yeah, very saturated. And then with the DTG, like, I never got into it because it just the cost of getting into it, but like,
actually,
roughly like the cost of your even like
the Epsons we have are 22,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Printer, and
big boy
but
shit.
that's not even actually the most expensive part of it. It's the ink. So just so you know what it costs to refill that printer, it's about $1,200.
Yeah, that's just
you know, it's like
CMYK.
No, actually,
not even?
actually, it is CMYK. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it is. Yeah. CMYK, if you don't know, is cyan, yellow, magenta, key. Key being black. It's like how colors are. It's one of the ways you can indicate
like
color.
RGB.
It's a color scheme for a printer to read. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, yeah. I mean, honestly, it's kind of cool talking about printing, but like the business side of it.
Sorry, but before we skip, because there's one more only, and then sublimation, which I hold dear in my heart.
I think you want to go through this. Yeah, sublimation printing is how I started.
Yeah, same. And so how's that process? Just so we can get to the next.
The boring part is it turns I think it turns a liquid into a gaseous state, or vice versa.
Because that's kind of what sublimation means in other terms.
Well, no, actually, in that term, and scientifically, that's the process it prints with. So, however the heck that works, honestly.
Yeah.
That being said, we can print directly onto fabrics with this. We print onto a transfer roll, and then we'll put it through the machine that the rotary press, the really wide one,
or heat press,
or heat press.
Yeah,
you can do all over printed stuff with it. You have a greater print capability size wise than anything, and you have the widest color gamut. So basically, any print is imaginable. The downside is you have to do it on a synthetic surface, and that means no cotton.
Yeah,
maybe 50-50 cotton, but you'll have a faded print. But that is more than I've ever talked about printing in any circumstance to people who aren't in printing. And I'm happy I got to actually had to do that, because I feel like I'm going to have to again soon.
Yeah, and you can just tell them, hey, check my podcast out.
Yeah, whenever I'm on a date, this never comes up. I think it's just like a pussy killer. So, where are you from? Well, let me talk about sublimation printing for 30 minutes. Yeah.
I mean, what you just coming on here trying to get some?
Yes, I'm coming here just for vagina.
Yeah, trying to get some hoes.
No, I'm just kidding. I would never. Not your show.
Why? What are you trying?
No, other shows, absolutely. I don't take that
Wow,
seriously.
we get all the hoes on my show.
Well, then okay, let's get some hoes.
You heard?
Well, no, I'm in a relationship.
Yeah, that's tricked you.
Sorry, Claire. Yeah, how do we segue? We went from printing to me defending my relationship.
Yeah, man, it happens on here. It happens.
Yeah, Rico drugged me right before he went on to air.
What's next? I mean, you've done some fair bit of traveling. You lived in Montreal for a bit. You just went to Mexico with Claire. Shout out Claire.
Shout out Claire.
You heard her? She's.
We'll talk about it later, honey.
Yeah. What about out of all the places you've traveled, favorite place and if it's not the same place of like the things you saw, where's the favorite thing that you ate within your travels?
It's a lot of yeah. I mean, well, Tulum wasn't my favorite place. I went to Tulum. It wasn't my favorite place I've been. Been for what though? Like, because I think context.
Yeah, I guess that's
like,
fair.
That's asking you. Like, what?
I mean, you can say, give me something that's in your top three. It doesn't have to be your top one.
Yeah. Melbourne was up there for sure.
Yeah.
I just think I could live in Melbourne, but also I could vacation there.
Was the food good there though?
Way better, actually.
Really?
The coffee's way better. The lamb is unbelievable.
Oh, I never even thought about that.
Their food is amazing.
That's close to New Zealand, and they always be giving us that fire lamb.
And they all have a big business for that too, there. So they're pretty close to each other. There's lamb around them.
We should make some sublimation swim shorts, some wavy Australian.
Well, I hope a brand would come. Yeah, maybe that'd be cool. That's a big market there.
Yeah.
Hard market to break into because it's saturated as fuck.
Yeah, of course.
But that being said, yeah, Melbourne was great. I love Montreal. I mean, I lived there for 2 years. We'll talk about that if you'd like. But Montreal and I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Third, I don't know my third actually. Just even thinking about it, I'm having trouble with it. Whatever.
What about Birthright? What was that like?
Oh, Israel's not on that list at all.
No. How was that trip? Because I mean, if for those that don't know, and I don't really know, I don't think I should be the one to explain it. But I guess if you're one of my Jewish mains or ladies, you get a little trip to the motherland, and they try to hit you with the propaganda.
This is actually how they pitch Birthright. That exact
wording. They're like, yo, we want to come through motherland. Then they hit you with the propaganda bullshit.
You gotta play the Fiddler on the Roof music
you keep it like a Hebrew hustler. You go through the propaganda for a few days, and then you go party, sip some little whatever you can find. I don't know, some kosher shit, some kosher wines, and some kosher breads. Go say what up to the folks.
You got to learn a little more about what kosher means. Like,
can you teach me, please?
Okay, sure. I'll try my best.
You also owe me a hat.
A yarmulke.
You owe me a hat, and I'm not.
No, it'll happen.
I wore one the other day. It felt so nice.
Cheated on me.
I wore Thomas's yarmulke.
Oh, okay, it's cool, Thomas. Got like an open thing with him. Open juice.
Yeah. He's my other Jewish friend.
Yeah. So other Jewish friends are great too, but no. Let's talk about me today. Don't bring Thomas up in here ever again. Birthright was that's pretty much dead on though. Like Birthright's basically just they put you like it's a 10-day excursion where you get if you're Jewish and under the age of 26 you get to go to Israel for free. But you got to go with like they have a regiment and shit. You get to Toronto and then you get on a plane and you get on a bus with 40 other Jews and you spend 10 days with them. Jews your age from all over Canada, and you don't get along with all of them, but some of them are cool. I still talk to a few. Shout out to Justin. When you're in Vancouver, hit me up. He's a lawyer now in Montreal. He's done very well. But like, it's paid for by the guys who did Crown Royal, the Bronfman family. They're from Montreal, and a guy named Sheldon Adelson, who is like just an evil man.
Is it only Canadian? Like, for example, if you're American and like under 26,
yeah, they got stuff like that. Yeah, so they have stuff like that for other places. I think Cuba does now. They have some program like that where if you're Cuban in North America, you can go back for free. I believe I read that on Wikipedia. It's kind of a unique thing.
Crazy.
But it's because Israel doesn't have a ton of people. There's only 14 million Jews on the planet, by the way.
Really?
It's not a lot.
Yeah, it isn't a lot.
Like if you think about just the general makeup of North America, Yeah.
So not that I'm trying to make this like a Jewish thing, but just because
you've made this a Jewish thing.
But,
We started talking about birthright.
Well, I don't know. I'm interested, right?
I'm happy to tell. But I'm not an ultimate. I'm wrong sometimes too.
What for like when you say there's 14 million Jews, because the Jews, it's religion, right? But because it's like you're not, like, I don't know how to say this properly. Like you're South African, right? So, but you're
what are you trying to say, man?
Like you can
make
convert.
It easy.
Oh, I don't know how to say this properly. Like
say it improperly then.
You can make like people Jew by like converting them. So could like could you do like a propaganda? You'd be like, yo, like
my dad would like actually correct me on that though. He would. I don't give a fuck, but like my dad would like, it's these Hebrews can convert to Judaism, Adam. My dad would say some shit like that to me.
Like, for example, Shine the rapper, he switched to Judaism. Does that mean like it went from 14 million to 14 million and one once he converted, or is he not like OG Hebrew?
Count. There's not like that many people converting to Judaism. It's very hard to do.
I know that, but I'm just saying, like, if I just quickly...
Sure, it's off by 60 people.
If I was like hella famous,
yeah,
and I was like on my Twitter, like, yo, I need all my people to switch to Judaism.
Wait.
And let's say, I'm just saying, 1 million people switch.
I'm just thinking about... I wonder what... Hey, here's a question for you.
Okay.
What rapper doing that would convert the most people to Judaism? Like, who would like convert the most people by just making a post?
Lil Nas X. No.
Yeah. That's not a bad one. People love him.
You know? Justin Bieber, he's not a rapper, but he has that power.
Kanye could turn everyone Jewish for a while.
See, let's say he posted that.
Honestly, if Birthright just gave the money to Kanye and just said like make everyone Jewish.
He's down with GGs. They're like, they're kind of Jewish.
Kendrick Lamar was talking about the Black Israelites quite a bit. It's kind of different. I don't know anything about that, but like, no, I think Kanye would turn the most people Jewish.
The point saying is, once he does that, 1 million people switch. Does that make it 15 million now?
Yeah, that's how it works. 14 plus 1 is 15.
Yeah, I guess. What is the definition of kosher? If someone's like, I have some kosher wine and some kosher meat, what does that mean exactly? Like, what makes it kosher?
It's been certified as kosher by a rabbi.
What does that mean, though?
That means the rabbi has a list of qualifiers that are criteria to deem something kosher. And the reason I'm saying what I'm saying is because I don't really know.
Fair enough.
Like, you know, I've been to synagogue once since my bar mitzvah. Like, I'm not that good at this.
Yeah.
Like, there are way better ones than me.
You know how, like, a little Spanish girl or boy, I guess, they have, like, a quinceañera and shit when they're, like, 15 and 16? Don't y'all have a party?
Yeah, bar mitzvah. Bat mitzvah.
What's the bar mitzvah?
So bar mitzvah is...
Is that like a rap battle?
It's not a rap.
Bar mitzvah. Should we have a bar mitzvah right now? Yo. Two Jewish kids rap battling.
Why have I never thought of that? Freaking great. Oh, man. Oh, my God. A bar mitzvah. That's too good. You just... Damn. That you'd win the bar mitzvah if you did that one.
That's dope. But
what is it? It should be that, but it's not. What it really is basically just celebrating a 13-year-old's passage to adulthood. It's kind of weird, and no 13-year-old's really an adult, no matter who fucking says they are.
Don't y'all get like a stack?
We don't get a stack from the rabbis. It depends on like who your Jewish family is. Like some Jewish families pretty poor. Some pretty poor. It's pretty poor Jews out there.
Hell yeah, poor everybody.
You don't hear about them much, but they're out there.
For sure.
It'd probably be the worst. Like that's probably the worst religion to be poor with too, because like everyone jokes about how much money you have and stuff, and you love money. But like if you're poor and Jewish, but yeah, Dad, I love you, Peter. Dad, weird talking about my dad.
Well, I like your dad because he's my dog. Cause there's this one short, and he's always like talking about movies and blah blah blah, Oscars and this and that. Like I don't know shit. And I was like, well, you know what? My dog, Peter Lando, my N-word, he's in the motherfucking Academy Awards, motherfucking nominated for Oscar, Dark Knight. Say what? Say word? Then she was like, say less, bet. And then you know the rest of that story.
Yep. She got nominated for the Academy Award the next day.
She did, man. Some POV awards.
POV, yeah.
BBCs,
whole other kind of film.
GoPros.
That's not the story you told me. Oh boy, that's my dad will be happy for you.
You heard?
Yeah. I mean, I think anyone would want to hear that. Like, hey, your dad helped me get laid.
Yeah, it was
indirectly.
dope.
Like, that's great.
Yo, my nigga's on the Academy. Don't he like vote? Like
he has a vote. Yeah, he did. Vote
like,
tonight.
bro, this guy's got a vote.
My
like
dad.
all this shit right now because it's Oscars right now, Sunday, whatever the date is.
Yeah, he got a vote.
He has to vote.
Yep.
That's a lot of votes.
Well, we get sent a copy of every movie when it comes out.
You got
like we have the CDs. We have like every movie.
everything before it came out.
No, like but well, it's in theater usually.
Yeah. You got so I can fucking.
No, you can't.
What, you got Batman at your house right
I don't
now?
have anything. My dad doesn't let me have any of that because there's a lot of liability if he were to lose one.
Yeah, obviously.
In fact, he probably hates that I'm talking about it right now.
Dizzy.
No, you can't.
You want to hit a lick? I got a stupid lick.
Let me tell my dad to upgrade my security system.
Yo, actually, we didn't talk about today at the Oscars. Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. Did your dad know about that? Was that pre-recorded?
Did my dad know about that before?
Yeah, was it pre-recorded or I don't think it was.
No, they don't pre-record the Oscars. They're live. Then my dad right now is in Morocco, so probably not. He's probably asleep.
Was he filming in Morocco?
He's doing a Netflix piece. I can't say what it is because I don't actually know the name of it. I know that Liam Hemsworth is in it. That's all I know about it.
I don't even know who that is.
He's like the less famous Hemsworth
I only
brother.
know Liam Neeson. That's the only.
He did The Grey. My dad did The Grey. The one where you don't know what happens at the end. He dies. The wolf fucking kills him.
Oh man.
That's the Liam Neeson one where he's in a mountain. I mean, they're all kind of like that though. With
Liam
him.
Neeson's always chasing somebody. He's like, someone got jacked. He's gonna go find them. Where my daughter at?
How come no rapper said
sold to Russian mobs to prostitution? He goes, he gets her back.
Getting younger.
She goes back, fucks another whatever guy.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I almost don't think it's real, but it kind of seemed like it was with the young and after.
Yeah, that's wild.
I mean, I feel like they gotta like not have him in the front row after that though, to not like make the show shittier. Because then you have like a guy who just slapped you right in front of you,
and then won an Oscar.
Yeah, but like that just like makes for a shittier show if the host is more uncomfortable. Like I feel like because we saw that one award, he was at the front. I don't know, man.
It's just what.
And everyone's commenting on when they're up there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the elephant in the room that you just saw slap the other elephant.
It's crazy. Yo, we should make shirts about that.
Oh my god. This is the part of shirts that like sucks, but it actually works.
Such a good idea.
Like make a shirt of something that happened right after.
Yo, I think we should end this podcast right now and go do that.
No, what we gotta do is we gotta make pay someone on Fiverr to make like an old vintage boxing poster with Chris Rock and Will Smith, and then make it like a 90s vintage tee.
Dude, Printful.com, Fiverr.
Dadsprinting.com.
Sorry. Duh.
What the fuck?
Don't slap me.
No. Don't you ever talk. Keep my business out of your mouth. No, please keep it in your mouth. But other businesses.
So, yeah, domain. Design. Dad's printing. Basically, you can start
TysonVerseSmith.com.
You can basically start a business. I'll give you $1 million worth of game right here.
Yeah, we should start a streetwear brand called Rocksmith.
What's that? Will Rock.
No, I think it's already been done.
Okay, $1 million worth of game.
Uh-huh.
Come up with some idea.
Wait. An app that every time someone in the phone...
I know, this is for you, bro.
Oh,
I got a better $1 million idea. It's too, because then we make $2 million this way. Watch my idea.
I like this idea.
Well, I need like a referral fee if I do this.
Yeah.
Okay. Idea, brand name, whatever.
Sure.
2, hire a friend if you know one to make it. If not, there's Fiverr or whatever.
Okay.
3, dadsprinting.com. Figure out if you want screen printing, DTG, sublimation. Order it. Get it. Sell it. Hopefully your shit's dope.
It's going to be dope.
$1 million worth of the game. And then you make $1 million because they sold $1 million worth of clothes. So you know what I mean?
Is this a segment?
I'm just saying, it might be a commercial or something. It's a little $1 million worth of game.
That's why it's there. That makes so much more sense now. I'm like, everything in here is such a style, and then there's a drum, like a First Nations drum that's hand painted beautifully
By my sister.
by his sister.
Shout out to my sister.
I don't know it's there until he's there. Until I'm on your podcast, you smack it. That's crazy.
Sometimes I'm feeling froggy.
Oh, let's play Frogger then. Let's play some Frogger.
You know that we have Frogger in the arcade outside.
I can't actually play Frogger anymore.
Yes.
I got banned from the company.
You know what other company you got banned from? Phew.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what was your $1 million a game? Can I?
That was to make some clothes, print them through you.
Can I hear you come up with a bad app idea?
A bad app idea?
Like a really stupid app.
So many dumb apps. I mean, I
Think
tried
of the dumbest.
Oh, man. Do you think we could talk about something else while I slowly think about it in my brain so I can give you an extra dumb answer in like 2 minutes?
Absolutely.
Okay. But bro, one time I was in this guy's office just chilling. This like old ass white guy pulled up and he's like, "Hey, is Adam Lando here?" And I'm like, I think so. I'm like, "Yo, Adam, some guy's here for you." And he's like, "Hey, Adam, you've been served."
Yeah, he saw me get served by Nixon.
Nixon watches serve this fool.
Well, I
selling big face rollies on
So
him.
Again, my 5 years has passed, so I can talk about this. But basically, I had access to gray market Nixons. Now, gray market is basically, it's off of the production line, but it's not authorized. So Nixon didn't want those to be put into circulation at that time. But they are the same watches from that same production, and I had access to those. So I'd get like 50 of these in at a time. And I'm still like 21, 22, so I guess a fair bit of fucking movement for someone that age. And I'd, they'd go on stores for 500. I'd get them for like 140. I'd probably sell them for 250, 300. And I just could always get them. And then one day Nixon showed up at my office. The one that really didn't take off that would have killed was nixonforsale.com, which I had. That would have done crazy numbers, and it was about to. But when you do e-commerce and you're out there in the public, it just takes one lawyer to get in touch with one person. And one hosting company. This happened with Supreme. They did the same thing to me. I got served by Supreme. Pyrex Vision, which is Virgil Abloh's first streetwear brand. I actually told them to basically kick rocks, though, because they didn't have any ownership of the trademark.
Who did?
Pyrex Vision is owned by Raekwon, that name, actually. I remember doing a trademark search on that to verify that. And so Virgil Abloh, it was Austin Neely was the guy, and if you Google him, he was a protege at the time in Chicago working under Virgil Abloh. Virgil Abloh tweeted about my site, pyrexforsale.com. It was knockoffs, all knockoffs, and I'll say it now. And Virgil Abloh did a ton for the game, and I know that because I benefited greatly from his knocking off his stuff. I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't say that was true. I'd rest in peace, of course. Let's not forget that. But this guy had some influence, and frankly, it's going to be really hard to fill his spot. But yeah, no, knockoffs, you get served sometimes.
Honestly,
my one thing I just want to finish on with that is I always knew how deep I was. I never was deeper than I wanted to be with that. It's one thing to be told you can't sell something anymore. It's another to be told you owe someone money. Those are two very different things. And they have to prove that they owe the money after. You can decide to not continue to sell, but once they put the money ask out there, you're on the hook to at least respond to it. So yeah, never. Actually, Nixon did want money, but nothing happened. I mean, I've never got anything taken from me like that.
We talked about with the Pyrex stuff, and I think with SEO, for those that don't know, search engine optimization, he just had it going so much that I think maybe not for all of the time, but a certain amount of time, he was just above the actual Pyrex.
That's for VLON. I was above VLON.
Oh, above it, and
VLONshop.com was above VLON.
And I think just crazy. Through him just being such a nuisance for Pyrex and VLON, I think you might have birthed. I think Off-White might have been birthed through you and your annoyance.
Because they have to change their name?
Yeah, and they did and I just seen
the reason for that. That's crazy.
I posted recently, it was Virgil Abloh, he posted, it was like the steps to start a brand, and step 3 is look for trademark.
Seriously?
Yeah, 100%. I don't know about step 3.
I didn't know. Wait.
But one of the
can you send me that later?
I will. Well, one of the earliest steps is this, and then it's obtain a trademark, very early in the list. And I think
I beat him too at that time.
He learned his lesson a few times. So
No, but I would have loved to have worked with them and made his stuff legitimately. So a big part of why I sold knockoffs at first, just to not kind of get this out of there, you can't like just go to Herschel or like some Vancouver brand. They're from Vancouver, and I did go to them at the time and tried to get them to give me bags to sell. You can't do that if you don't have retail, and if you're 18 with $150 starting a hat company, you don't have retail or any leverage. Just 2 Herschel bags.
Yeah.
You know, like, so I knockoffs were like, people gave me a lot of shit for it at the time, like fake hats and shit like that. But it's like, I was crushing it.
Yeah.
I bought an apartment off fake V-Loan. Like, you know, like, talk shit.
I ain't talking no shit. That's sick.
No, people are so busy talking shit, they don't get shit done.
Yeah, I hear you.
$1 million worth of game.
That is $1 million worth of game. No. Actually, our official sponsor for today is our Sky High Cannabis Lemonade, 125 milligrams.
For when the sky's not high enough.
You know what I'm saying?
Have 2 Sky Highs.
This will slump you out.
Can I have a Sky High?
Would you want one? It'll slump you out.
Yeah.
But please do.
I want to just like sip. Actually, yeah. No, you know what? No. Yeah, yes. Pass.
Thank you, bottle.
Thank you, man.
Cheers. Oh. Cheers. Shalom.
Oh, fuck, I'm stoned.
Is that actually, how do you say thanks?
Shalom.
Is that it? But isn't that like
Yeah.
hi too? How do you say hi?
It's shalom.
That's
Yeah, no, it can be used in multiple ways.
kind of like the 3 Hugos we just met earlier.
Yeah, there was a triple Hugo here
Well,
earlier.
there's double Hugo, but their dad was also Hugo. It's crazy.
Yeah, so 2 brothers named Hugo with a father named Hugo.
Shout out to Hugos.
Shout out to Hugos. And I asked them all, hey, who is the Hugo boss? And no one hadn't heard that before. I thought it was funny. I still do. I mean, I don't care if there's 6 Hugos here. I'll still laugh at that.
What do you where do you see what's next? I know you want to expand the printing, and where do you see business and stuff outside of printing, or do you think printing is the home run for you and you're just gonna ride it out? Obviously you do real estate, and
I don't do real estate. I mean, I have real estate.
You have real estate, and
No,
you dabble in some other, like, whatever, et cetera, but do you see any other businesses or ideas or future potential and things? Obviously you don't want to give up the game for those.
No, it's not about that. I mean, I usually think that I'm not really the type to think that only one person could do a business. Like, if there's a market, there's enough for more than one person. Otherwise it's not really a market.
For sure.
But yeah, no, I would say there's definitely like things I've like looked at, but it's not so much just like, you know, what is it a better thing than what I already have? I've got a business that's, you know, really gained traction over the last few years. I've done really well lately. We've landed some of the biggest contracts we've ever had, and like, to be in those conversations is one thing, but to be on the, you know, other end of them trying to get a deal, when there's other companies your size going for it, when you're getting government tenders, like, why stop now? Like, I've done great here.
Government makes chicken tenders?
No, I've done government work before, and I'm applying for government work as we speak. I did all the lanyards for Census Canada. Like,
damn.
You know, like, no, but when you're in that conversation, like, now I know I'm worth something.
Yeah.
Why would I change now?
Oh, yeah.
Because I'd rather change with what I do. I'd rather get better and smarter. But
no, I agree.
You know, my trajectory is a good one.
For sure. That's why I was just going to keep grinding it out.
Do I want to do printing forever, though?
No.
I'd like to do dancing at one point. I want to become a dancer.
I love that. That'd be sick. We got some dead batteries about to happen soon, so I'm going to have to wrap this up pretty soon here. But
this has been a blast. It's been something totally different.
I hope to be on your podcast one day.
You're going to be on my podcast in a few days.
Oh,
I just don't know exactly how many few. I'm going to talk to Dylan after this. Music in the Kitchen.
Oh, last thing we'll end this on is you made a short film, and it was great, by the way. I actually went to the premiere.
Handstand Man.
Tell me a little bit about Handstand Man, because I think, honestly, I thought the premise of it was amazing, and it was actually I thought it was good.
Yeah, my friend Dylan and my creative partner Dylan made it with me. We have a company called Music in the Kitchen Productions, but my creative partner Dylan, he directed this movie. He said, I want you to star in a movie one day to me, and I didn't really, you don't say no to that if you get offered it. Like, why the hell not? And we did this movie where basically my character is a businessman who's like sort of losing his life. His girlfriend's just left him. He's just miserable, frankly, and
Bit broken.
because he starts getting these he also runs a company called Ship Shop, which is shitty company. And he gets these calls.
Doing some shady stuff.
He's trying to get a hold of his girlfriend. He can. His ex keeps getting these calls, which are robocalls. And the whole idea that it started with was, what if someone just was getting robocalls and didn't know they were actually robocalls, and they just lost their mind over it? That's the premise at its core. And, we made a movie out of that. And we filmed it over the pandemic,
Can I give you my premise?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what I took from that movie is you're like this shady business guy. Maybe it's like, you didn't really say the business was, but you were selling something you wasn't supposed to sell.
It's a shipping company that actually went
crooked.
crooked.
we shipping some stuff we ain't supposed to ship sometimes. So
That's
anyways,
yep.
He is doing some stuff. He's tripping. He's about to do the jug. He's already on edge. He's paranoid. He gets this call. Wow, is this his call from fucking CRA Canada, blah, blah, or whatever the hell it is. Beep, 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 bloop, bloop, bloop.
It's a good impression.
Whatever. We're coming for you.
Mm-hmm.
Man starts tripping, bro. He's like, what? Because he's in the middle of a jug. They got this weird robocall calling him. We looking for you, CRA. And he just loses it. And it was you did a good job, man.
I like how you broke it down.
I hope to see you in the Oscars one day, brother.
No, that's never gonna happen. Oh, I'm only slapping people if I go. I'm slapping everybody until they kick me out.
Yeah.
They'll talk about that on TV.
That'd be sick. Anyways, any last words? Any shout-outs? Any
Yeah, I mean, shout out to everyone who listened. Dadsprinting.com is what I do for work, and if you want to get some stuff made or inquire, hit us up. The Front Supply is where we did this. If you want to get some cool vintage here, or just hang with some really cool people, come here. Or what's your show called?
Flint and Friends podcast. Shout out to Dizzy on the camera. Shout out John for recording the audio. Shout out Evan for being all of our father. Shout out to Peter Lando for getting me some pussy. Shout out to his mom because she wears vintage Chanel.
Shout out to Claire because we're going to talk about that later, and don't get mad about the whole thing. They're not real.
Shout out to Sarah Lando.
Shout out to Nelson Mandela.